pets are no longer just our pets.
Yeah.
You know, when I talk about Baxter, my dog didn't die, my son died.
Yeah.
It's really real. He was the love of my life, this dog. And I said,
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Glam Reaper Podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Muldowney, aka the Glam Reaper. And on today's episode, we're in San Antonio at the International Association of Pet Cemeteries and Crematoriums. I probably got that a bit arseways, but it is IAOPCC. And we're here in San Antonio and we're meeting all these incredible veterinarians. There's a lot of water cremation. There's regular fire cremation, but a lot of crematorium owners and some cemetery owners as well. So I hope you enjoy this episode. And I am actually at a pet convention, a little bit unusual today, but I'm here at a pet convention in San Antonio. It is hot as balls out, but so I guess it is kind of funny that we're at a pet convention, cremation convention. Anyway, I digress. I have here with me the lovely Adam, who I am very excited to introduce you guys to. And we all know I lost our dog last year. We didn't lose her. We put her down, and it's still a bit traumatic for me. But Adam here also went through this pain, unfortunately. So tell us.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. How are you? I'm Adam Greenbaum. I'm the founder of a company called Whisker Cloud. So I was in the veterinary space for 10 years. And we had 13,000 vet clinics that used us worldwide. And then, my dog got sick and he passed away in October of last year. And it was traumatic. He had 3 vets. He had a general practice vet, a dermatologist, and an internal specialist. And he fought for his life for 6 months, which at the time, which is why I started what I'm doing now, why I'm at this weird hot as balls conference with you, is that, we didn't realize he was dying. And 3 different vet hospitals who did amazing medical care never really told us, hey, you're spending all this money and putting him through all this and he's dying. So, as we were going through that, and then after he died, I'm looking on the internet to find resources. And then after he died, I was looking, there's just nothing. There's nothing. How's it possible? I work with 13,000 veterinarians around the world. There's no websites where you could find help. There's no resources. And it's funny too. It's like, you probably know about this better than me. I never really dealt with human death. So I was like searching crazy shit about like the afterlife, which I don't believe in. But all of a sudden I'm like searching all this stuff and it was a mess.
Yeah.
And for pets and what pets mean to us now, it was just, it was so much and it was so frustrating. And I thought, if I'm a person who knows every vet on earth, and it's this hard, then what's it like for everyone else? So I need to build it to help them.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. And they say that that's how, the best ideas, the best businesses come about is you see a hole in the market and you fill it.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing. And we're big fans of pets here at the Glam Reaper Podcast. I've done panel discussions, as you know. I actually just released a pet loss guide because we got so many people that were just interested in pet loss, didn't really know how to process it. We used to be in the pet loss business a little bit more than we are now. We're actually getting back into it.
Welcome. We need you.
Well, that's it, because people are just wandering around. We just had a conversation there that people are just, they don't know. They don't know what you can and can't do. We unfortunately had to put Roxy and Poppy down in a hospital, in a sterile, cold ass environment. And when I turned to a colleague the other day and I said that I knew a euthanasia vet that does it in the home here in New York, he was like, what? That's even a thing? Why would you want that? I'm like, why wouldn't you want that? If I could have brought my babies home, game changer.
You know what? And I'll say this. It's most people, when I talk about Baxter and I say, and he died in my arms on our couch, they're like, wait, what do you mean on your couch?
Yeah.
I'm like, on our couch. And, and I get a lot of that. Half of them are like, you can do that.
Yeah.
But the other half are like, why would you want to do that? But you know what? It's hard. There's days I look over and it was like right on the couch in the living room where I used to lay down, and it's hard. But then it's also, I think about what that final moment could have been. And he wasn't the first pet we lost, and the other pets were all sterile, okay, leave their body on the table at the clinic and leave.
Well, it's all,
at least Baxter was home and he didn't have to stress. He didn't have to go in the car that morning. He got to be surrounded by his people, my wife and I, our other dog and cat that he grew up with. And his smells, his couch.
That's it.
I mean, it was
like literally explaining it to Alejandro yesterday. I was like, you're taking them to a place that they're already terrified. Most pets are terrified going to the vet. They know the route sorry, American audience. They know the route and the route to the vets, and they don't like it. They know where they're going. Okay, you might give them treats or whatever. So the fact that now their last hour on earth is going to be traumatized is taking them to a place they don't want to go to. That's what I said to him. I was like, I hate that that's what we have to do. I mean, I did a whole TEDx talk on when we put Roxy down. Like she had a bit of food stuck to her nose. And I mean, yeah, it's just every second is priceless. And I think I still, even looking at the couch, knowing that was where you lost him, like that's where he went. I don't say it doesn't matter. It matters massively. But there's no matter what, like when we came home from the vets that day, the house was empty. And no matter what, you're always going to look at places. You're going to see their toys.
I know.
Every corner is them.
I know. We literally my wife just was like in a drawer and she found one of Baxter's old hoodies and like his hair was on the inside. I know it was hard.
Very cute dog, by the way. You guys should look.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
not as cute as Poppy or Roxy. I mean, of course.
Of course.
We're not going to get into a battle.
You know what?
I'm out of here.
No, but he, it was a rough situation, and we, I think my experiences in the pet world and the vet world, pets are no longer just our pets.
Yeah.
When I talk about Baxter, my dog didn't die, my son died. Yeah, it's really real. He was the love of my life, this dog. And I say that in front of my wife all the time, and she always nods like, no, it really was. But and while I don't love the communication around his care, and I don't love how we had to say goodbye, I do love that my wife and I were like able to like freeze time in those final 24 hours, put him in a car, took him around the neighborhood, let people and friends say goodbye, took him to the beach and let him just lay in the sand and, and just said, hey man, like, this is your last day on earth. And he loved laying at the beach. So it was, let's go.
And they know, like, I am convinced as well, they hear us. They know, like, when you're talking to them, I genuinely think that they understand what we're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, 100%.
And I think that day he knew. Like, it was.
I mean, they say that they do.
Well, and he and I, I felt like we talked. Maybe I'm absolutely insane. He's just
we're all insane on this podcast. You're fine.
Like he was my world, and it's, I mean, I left the company I founded to go start Love Baxter because, I know that other people feel that way, and I want them to have a place where they can find anything they need.
And coming back to that, because that's, you mentioned something earlier when we were just chatting before this that I thought was really, really important. You were saying in the moments where you were making decisions about cremation, private versus communal, but then also you didn't realize the ripple effect of that one decision would have on other. Like you didn't know that ashes can be turned into a diamond, and it can be put into a tattoo and painting and all these different things. And so I guess that's what you're hoping again by Love Baxter is one central place where somebody can go and get informed and get educated and find out.
Yeah, so we have about 10,000 pages right now. We launched 2 months ago. We're trying to add like 15 to 20 pages a day. And honestly, what's great is people go to the site and search, and then I get to see what they search. And then I see, okay, did we have enough content for it? If we didn't have like 10 pieces of content, we make more based on what they search. So like in the first month, no joke, the top 3 things were cremation, aquamation, and cancer and we have a lot of content around all 3, but I thought it was so interesting that number 1 was cremation because we have content about senior pets and pets with chronic illnesses. There's articles like, so your puppy died. What happened? What to do if your dog has parvovirus? 10 signs your dog is dying. Questions you should ask your vet about, the end of your pet's life. What should the costs be? What questions should you be focused on for the euthanasia appointment? How to mentally prepare yourself, how to physically prepare yourself. Yeah. So, we have 187,000 keywords that people search on the internet, and I'm trying to create 10 pieces of content for all of them. And, and I think for everyone out there, and you and I were talking about it, it's the same for humans. We always think we have more time.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that's different with humans is, your parents, your grandparents, whoever can tell you, hey, I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. It's a bad day. If you would ask Baxter, if the universe would have opened, I'm not a religious person, if the universe would have opened and said, hey, he can talk for 10 seconds, I don't think he would have said, dude, I'm dying. I'm sick. He would have said, let's go play. You know? So it's like, so the pets, they don't do a good, well, I don't want to say they don't do a good job of telling us, but they do a great job of masking the pain and asking what's going on. But it's up to us pet parents to ask better questions, push back really hard on vets, push back really hard on pet end of life specialists, and you know, and be informed.
And not all, and that's the thing. It's not always about saying yes to every surgery. I mean, there's a panel discussion that Jessica, we were just chatting with, a euthanasia vet. There's a panel discussion we did in Greenwood with another girl, Lauren, where we just talked about, like, the audience was such an emotionally charged room. It was wild. But, you know, how did I do enough? And just having that reassurance from your vet, but also having the education to be able to say to your vet, enough is enough. That here's where I draw the line, and just knowing all of that, I think is really, really important. And as you said, like, pets they do mask it. I mean, don't they? I'm not sure if this applies to all pets. Somebody can correct me on this, but I know with dogs, like when they're ready to go, they actually leave. They don't want us to see them.
It's a big cat thing too.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, the cat. And I had a cat for 15 years, and like he like went to the back corner of the closet, and then at the time, like I didn't know, but yeah that's like a sign where they're like trying to retreat.
Yeah. Because they don't want us to see them in pain.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just incredible creatures. I mean, can we have them rule the world? That'd be great.
Well, I mean, like, I'll say this to anyone watching right now, because I think this is like where it starts, right? So, like, if you have a pet, and in most cases, like, if you have a big dog, it's like 80 pounds plus, they're senior, like 6-7 years old, but no one knows that. But if you've got, like, I have Boston Terriers, if you have a Boston Terrier, they're seniors at like 8 or 9 years old. So I think that's the big thing is, like, it's on us pet parents to understand when we have a senior pet, the questions we need to ask. And like you said, we need to go push back on the vets and understand they're at the end of their life. I need to treat them differently. I need to do things different. I need to look into the food I'm giving them. But I think that's where our problem is. If we can't even acknowledge that we have an 8 or 9 year old pet that is old and sick, like, you know, it's like I have a 15-and-a-half-year-old dog at home. I may as well have a 103-year-old woman, or, you know, she's my girl. I mean, she's my baby. You know, I love her, but like, she may as well be 103 years old.
She's got the Zimmer frame out.
I know, and she's a grumpy little shit, but I love her more than life. I promise you.
I actually love when they get grumpy. It's just
she is
even more.
She's got her crusty white face, you know, and she's, you know, feed me now. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's no different than, I think we're at the point now where it's no different than losing a human in your life. And honestly, like, we have content around that. Like, why does it feel harder to lose a pet than a parent? And by the way, like, on Love Baxter, we get probably 25 to 50 messages a day. And so many people say, please help me understand why I'm like crying more about my dog or cat than I did my parents. It's unbelievable.
Well, we actually did a whole course on pet loss, where we actually talk about this, whether you're going through pet loss or you're just wanting to educate yourself, you're working in the funeral space, or you maybe want to get into pet loss. We actually did it's a relatively short course, but just helping people to just understand and just, like, I don't know why there's any judgment. There should be no hierarchy of, well, I lost my mom, so therefore I'm grieving more than you losing your dog. Why does there even have to be a hierarchy? Can we just all just be accepting of, you're grieving, I'm grieving,
Well, I'll just say I did love Baxter than any of you loved your mom. Sorry. He really meant a lot to me, though.
On that note, thank you so much, Adam, for joining us. And we wish you the best of luck with Love Baxter, and check it out, people. And we'll leave all the links below.
Awesome. Well, thank you all. Appreciate you.
Hi, guys. And how are you all? We are, as you know, we are at the International Pet Convention, and I met the gorgeous Paula last night. And we had such crack. We had such fun chatting about all things, which we'll get into. Paula, introduce yourselves to everybody and tell them what you do.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Hi, I am Paula Rivadeneira. Everybody calls me Dr. Paula. And I do a couple of things. So I run a pet funeral home where I do water cremation. I also run a nonprofit animal rescue called Old Souls Animal Rescue and Retirement Home, where we take in geriatric special needs and hospice animals.
I mean, the babies, the old baby.
Very old and crunchy.
It's a crunchy.
The crunchier, the more I love them.
We just fell in love with all these babies. She was just showing us so many photos of them. And there's one special one.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Yeah, we're giving her a shout out. Here we go. Cole.
Poor Cole.
Poor Cole.
Coley calciferol. Yeah, she's a poor boy.
# hug Cole.
Yes.
Start a campaign. I need everybody to give $1 Wait, what was it? We were selling your coloring books.
Oh, yes, coloring books. And Cole is in the coloring book. Yes.
So we're doing a campaign that we're going to sell these coloring books to get money to get Cole hugs.
Oh, my
because
God.
poor child does not get enough hugs.
He does, I swear. She thinks we don't hug him enough. Here's why. Tell them why.
Tell them why.
Okay, here's the thing. I love Cole. He's my Velcro dog. My friends actually call him my furry hemorrhoid. Oh, he is always with me. Every time I go, oh my God, where's Cole? They're like literally behind you. He's right here. Okay, now here's the thing. I know, my heart dog died years ago, right?
Yeah.
Love her. Her little heartbeat is right here on my wrist. Right. I held her while I got that tattoo. Her name was Tiny Chula. I have never loved a dog more than that in my whole entire life. And after she died, I was so beside myself that even though Cole loves me more than anything in the whole entire world, I just don't have it in me. I can't love him like that. And I feel guilty. And I feel guiltier because other people are like, but he loves you. So
Or unrequited love, Cole bug. I mean,
I love him. I do. And he's always right here, sleeping on my head. It's just, he's always there. And I should appreciate him more. I should.
well, you know what? You are an incredible person, incredible human being. I know that already from just spending like 24 hours in her presence and just what you do but really for all you do for all these little like geriatric dogs and cats. And even, you know, when we went for dinner last night, myself and Jessica were even talking more about like, you know, euthanasia and when to know. And so many of these dogs, like if their owner dies, then the dog is put into like shelters and like they don't have a life. And it's awful. So what you're doing is incredible and we love it. And we're just teasing you about Cole.
I know.
But we did have Adam, who was also on this podcast episode. He definitely is the hashtag save Cole.
Oh my goodness.
So this is going to be a thing.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I think we need to rehome.
Oh my God.
And should I said about that?
Save my dog.
Yeah. That's probably when it'll be like, it's like when you have something, somebody tries to take it away.
And I'll be devastated. Yes. He does come to work every single day, though. It's not like I ever leave him home.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, that's the thing. We know there's love. We have to tease her about something. But also, I definitely know the vibe of, like, I was brokenhearted when Roxy died, our first dog, but Poppy definitely was my dog, like my soul dog. So, but all the incredible work that you do, so you do TikTok lives as well. She was nearly going to go live. She actually thought she was live.
I know, I did.
During happy hour.
Yes, things happen during happy hour. 6 o'clock, California. Well, it's really Phoenix time right now. We're on Pacific time. So 6 o'clock every Thursday night, we do a TikTok live for Old Souls Animal Rescue.
And the TikTok handle is?
I think it's at Old Souls Rescue or at Old Souls Animal Rescue.
We are going to get the links. We're going to leave them all below. So tune in at 6 p.m. To the TikTok, the live,
Phoenix
stuff to Dr. Paula. And because we definitely need to. We're going to support. I mean, it's just
Thank you.
She needs more support.
Yes, and they can get the coloring book.
And a coloring book. Let's get the coloring book.
Let's do it,
guys. Let's do.
Cole is in it.
There we go. Save Cole.
Oh, Cole! Oh my gosh, you're the best.
Thank you so much for joining us all.
Thank you. I'm a hugger. I get mandatory hugs.
I know. I actually loved it. She's become known as you can't go to her facility and leave without getting a hug.
Yeah, it's just
there we go.
Possible.
And today I have John. Now, I'm very intrigued to talk to John. As we all know, I lost Poppy last year. We put her down and I was absolutely brokenhearted over it. But art has been actually something I've always really, really loved. And it's something actually growing into an adult, as you do. I don't do it as much anymore. And in the last year, I've started to try and incorporate it and actually have a hobby that doesn't include work. So for me, something I always wanted to do, I just bought a new house as well, is having a piece of artwork of my dogs in my house. So I'm very intrigued. This is all leading up to, John, what do you do in this space?
All right. Well, we have a company called Ever After Art, and we created a brand new pet memorial. And what we do is we take just a teaspoon full of pet ash.
Okay.
We put it through a chemical process that ultimately turns it into crystals.
Okay.
And we put polarized light through the crystal.
Okay.
Look at it under a high-powered microscope and take a digital image of it. So therefore, you end up with this beautiful, abstract, very colorful piece of art that is unique to that pet only.
That's incredible.
So depending on the conditions that the pet lived in, what they ate, and their environment, whatever, after the cremation process, the only thing that's left is the essential chemistry, the potassium, the calcium, those elements. And that's what we react to. And that creates this beautiful one-of-a-kind artwork.
Yeah. Well, and for those of us who followed for many years, we used to do actually cremation jewelry. And one of the things, so we fused ashes, we encased ashes in glass, and we also fused it with glass. But what sometimes we would get back is, well, why do they look different? Why are they different colors? But like that, each ash is different. And so when we would fuse it with melted glass, it would form its own beautiful, unique piece. And we had no control over it. They were stunning. But so this is really interesting. Okay.
And it's like you said, we don't have control over it. So what you get is what you get because the pet actually created so we like to say it's the essence of the soul of that pet.
Yeah.
And like we say, it's a snowflake. It's a one-of-a-kind thing.
Yeah.
And people just seem to light up and really feel connected to it. We've had people say they come home and they see it on the wall and it feels like they're coming home to their loved one.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's like in my new home in Florida, like I have photos of Poppy who passed, and like I've certain photos of her that is like, to me, is like the face she used to make when I walk in the door. And so just to have that is, so what I've actually done, or what I'm currently doing, because I don't have all the time in the world, is and I'm going to actually do a whole article and a whole piece on this, is I took an old photo of Roxy, which was my first dog. I took a current photo of Poppy, my dog that passed last year. I put them together, I used Photoshop, put them together, and I sent it off to this company that does a paint by numbers situation, and they sent it back to me. And so, because while I did art in school, I'm not qualified to like take a photo of my dog and do an amazing photo, and I didn't want to like butcher it. I really wanted it to be representative of them. So I'm doing this paint by numbers painting of my two dogs, and it's just so cathartic to just be there and to just be doing this. And it's like, it wasn't that expensive. It's just such a good, like, again, finding like, I loved art, like it's passionate, and so like bringing all these elements together. But I love this idea. Now, can I ask, because I still haven't, so this is the one that I'm doing, the paper numbers, it's only this big. Can you get different sizes? And if can you decide on a shade or a color?
Okay, let's address both those. Okay. So when somebody places an order, they will get a high resolution digital image
of what
that they can use for whatever they want.
Gotcha.
Plus, we give them an 8x10 printed on an acrylic.
Okay.
So it looks nice and vibrant and shiny. Then you can also upgrade and do different size canvas. So we print on fine art canvas paper. And so you can either have that framed or so there's many things you can do with your art, but you own the art. So you can, like I say, you don't have to use us to print.
Yes.
But we have very reasonable prices on those.
Yeah.
But, so you can do that. And as far as colors go, we don't change anything.
Right. So you can't control it at all.
You're getting what you're getting.
Yeah.
And we wanted to stay true to this method and not say that a human affected the outcome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you get what I get.
Yeah.
And I haven't had one person after thousands of these come and say that they don't absolutely love it or
because it's their baby. I mean, it's their baby and that's it. It's such a unique idea. I'm very interested, guys. We will leave all the links below. And so please do check it out. Check out John's. And it was your company, your idea.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning. Very good. Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Great. Thank you.
And to all the pet parents out there, maybe check it out and see just to get the digital print. just to have it. You could even get it into a key ring or anything, really, once you have it.
Oh, absolutely. Screensavers and whatever.
Oh, good. Love it. We will, I have some footage of the stands that are in there at the exhibition hall. And so we will include those in here so you get to see what John is talking about as well.
Great.
Thanks. That is a wrap on the IAOPCC here in San Antonio. Thank you so much for joining us. I think we had some really great guests, and it's always really good to touch on pet loss because it is one of the very disenfranchised griefs that we hold in this world. We know that firsthand. And so, yeah, well, hopefully you tune in next time. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you again next time.